Hello everyone, bit long form content today. I'm test riding a new bike. It's the Honda Rebel 1100, but there's no clutch. It is a DCT model. Here's my handbrake. Yep, bike actually has a handbrake or parking brake, and then release. So yeah, I've actually filmed myself riding this for the past hour, but one of the takes, my camera was all the way down, and the other one I was just kind of rambling as if it was short content. So yeah, I mean, don't expect anything technical about its horsepower and stuff like that. You know, it isn't this kind of channel. This is just one guy who's really only ridden a NC 750S, and today I'm on a Rebel 1100, so all I can do is tell you about the comparisons between the two. But yeah, I do feel more comfortable going around corners on it. I don't know if that's because of the cruiser style or the DCT. So DCT stands for dual clutch transmission. To my knowledge, it means that gears 1, 3 and 5 are on one clutch and gears 2, 4 and 6 are on another one, which just means that it can automatically transmit from one to the other quite easily. You can hear and feel the gears change, so it's not as smooth as you might think, but I mean, it works well. Going from standstill to speed worked really well. I have found that slower speed traffic and moving, the bike is a bit jittery and jolty, and you feel that. You do feel that. So yeah, I don't know, there's definitely pros and cons. I'm just really glad I've had a chance to go out and see what a DCT feels like for myself. You know, the bike doesn't try to pull away in first. If you don't put anything on the throttle, it's as if it's in neutral, basically. So yeah, I'd actually like it if it tried to pull away. It'd be nice, because it just means you're always sat on the brake, which is a good little safety thing, and then it means I guess slow speed traffic's a little bit easier. I do like being lower to the ground, and it does kind of make me want a cruiser, but I've got all the extras for my bike, so I'm probably not going to upgrade. Feels weird not having to like change down the gear on corners. Oh wow. Okay, so the most power I've had, I should probably adjust my mirrors. The most power I've had on the bike is my current one, which is a 750, and this is a 1100, so there's a lot more power to be used on this. So I don't need a new bike, but I am kind of considering one. This is actually the bike I wanted to begin with, but I didn't want to spend all this money on the bike because it was just over double the price of my current before I'd really known if I wanted to ride it. I knew you were doing that. There's always one, isn't there? Oh my gosh, it feels so weird to flat foot on the ground. I'm a little bit worried about filtering just because it's a new bike, but I'm not used to the width. That's okay. I'm surprised that more of my other biker buddies aren't moving over. I'm like, come on guys, this is pretty much the reason why we got bikes in the first place, is it not? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank goodness I'm not test driving a car today, huh? So it does feel weird. Hang on, let me say that again. It does feel weird filtering with DCT, just because there's no like fine tuning of the hang on, let me get through this and then I'll talk. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it does feel weird filtering with DCT just because you don't have that intricate level of control. But maybe that's just because I'm new to the bike and I've not quite worked out the sensitivity of the throttle. That's very much a possibility. I'm also not used to the width. I mean, it's cool that the mirrors are there, but it's just that extra inch it adds on. If it locked off at my handlebars, I'd feel a lot more comfortable. But I already feel way more comfortable going around corners. Isn't that bizarre? The issue is, I don't know why, but I don't really want to use my foot brake. Oh, come on, mate. You're only going to cut back inside. You know what, I'm going here. Yeah, I don't know why. I think because I'm not using my feet as much, I don't want to use my foot brake. I'm more inclined to use, because it feels more like a bicycle. I feel like because I'm going to list this video as like test riding the 1100 a DCT Rebel, I need to talk to you about its horsepower. And mate, I'm not that kind of channel yet. I'm just a biker who wants to go out and enjoy riding. So all I can give you are my thoughts based on a NCE 750 compared to the Rebel. And you know what? At the moment, I am liking the Rebel. Oh, this is something you can't really do on a DCT. I'm not going to be able to rev in the tunnel, am I? Because I can't pull my clutch in. Oh, they've painted the tunnel. Oh, it's been a while since I've been down here. So, oh, why are you on the road? Please fuck off. Fucking hell. Right, I think it's only right that we take this thing out onto the motorway and give it a little run. What I am noticing with this bike is that it gets really hot. A lot hotter than my NC. I am noticing how much of a difference my windshield makes now. I never thought it did, but I can feel the lack of windscreen on this bike. I want to try the cruise control as well. Holy shit, that dropped. I felt that drop. That was fun. Oh my god, cruise control. This is weird. I'm like, look, no throttle, maintaining speed. I don't know why it's going to 73. I set it for 70. And I assume it's very similar to a, yeah, the moment I touch the brake it cuts out. And then if I set it again, and if I do need to go up, yeah, it maintains. Okay, cool. What I am noticing is that I'm not enjoying this on the motorway. Although it's got the conveniences of cruise control and a bit more power. Obviously you wouldn't really be changing gears that much on the motorway anyway, so that the DCT is irrelevant. But I just feel like I'm falling back on the bike, like the bike's almost trying to go faster than me. What I'm noticing is this doesn't have anti-roll. I would like anti-roll. I do find it easier to course correct on my corners on this. That is something. It's not the most comfortable at low speeds. I feel it, maybe it's the surface of the road, but I really feel it shaking, and I can feel that through the seat, like through my my coccyx into my back and stuff. So yeah, it's got some issues. Yeah, I am so much more comfortable going around corners. It's bizarre. Again, it's in 5th doing 30. I know automatics tend to run higher, but oh yeah, you feel every bump. So when I was buying my NC, they had a £500 cheaper model, and it was a DCT, and I wasn't sure if I wanted it or not. And when I asked, what's the DCT like, all the salespeople that were just saying, oh, I'm not a fan of it, I don't like it, it's not that great, it's not real biking, blah, blah, blah. And then I'd say, oh, have you used it? And they go, no, I'm just not a fan. And I'm like, well, how can you give me an opinion when you've not even used it? So that's kind of the basis behind my test ride today. I just want to get out and see what DCT's like. Part of me wishes I did get the DCT model of my bike. I think it would have made me a lot more confident going around bends and stuff and getting used to the bike, because you know you're eliminating an entire section of bike control. However, it also would have meant that I wouldn't have learnt about gears and stuff. So if I ever did go back to a manual, I'd have to all relearn it. So I am a believer that you should, you know, always try and get a manual first and then go to an automatic, as opposed to start with an automatic then go to a manual. But that's just a an opinion. It's not based on any fact or anything. I do feel like I brake different on this bike. I'm either all front or all back, but I'm not doing my little bit front, lot of back like I normally do. See, this is how I brake normally, but I've not been doing that. Oh no, it's been fucking filming down there this entire time, hasn't it? Fuck's sake, sorry guys. Already feels weird being higher up. The whole bike feels weird. I got so used to that other bike. Ugh. So I'm back on my bike. Already feels weird having to swing my leg over higher. Yeah, I went over a nasty patch of road there, and you know, it didn't shock up my backside as much as the Rebel did. So yeah, I don't mind having to change gears now that I think about it, and it is quite it is quite nice. Something I didn't talk about, which I've just noticed, is you don't have to remember to down gear. If you're in 4th and you're slowing to a stop at traffic lights, you have to like remember to click down ready into first for when you get going again, and you don't have to do that in you don't have to do that on the DCT. But yeah, that is a benefit I didn't talk about, but you know, I am tippy toeing. Yeah, not being able just to take my hands off the bars when I stop at lights, I miss. That was nice. I didn't know how good I had it. So this button here is where you select. You can go into drive, neutral. I guess if you hit it again, it goes to manual. And then over here, you change down. And sync up. No clutch. Easy peasy.